everybody. I'm Nadej Beauvoir. Welcome back to Cheer Talk. This is episode 2. For episode 2 today, we're going to continue on with the second part of the coach's interview that we started last week with Coach Kathy and Coach Brandon out of Neuqua Valley High School. And we are going to watch the rest of the interview. It's really, really great content information for coaches out there who are just starting their programs, who are seasoned coaches. There's just great takeaways for any and all coaches. So please make sure you take notes, and we'll give you the highlight reels. So we're gonna go ahead and take it over to the part 2 of the coach's interview now.
I would say having a set of standards and not backing down. I think that parents sometimes can get, a little difficult with that, but that's the other thing. I feel like we've gotten the parents on our side now, that they have kind of bought into the mentality and they know the expectations too. So it's easier for us to make coaching decisions, even though we always have people that aren't, they're still focused on their child versus us having to think about, 23 or 24, however many kids we have.
I agree with that too. One thing we've been stressing just now is consistency, in whatever we do. Chemistry is big. It needs to be chemistry on both levels, with the coaches, and then the team will know, because the team obviously feeds off the coaches. So, and then you want to have a good camaraderie with the team, because we're a family. We spend every day together. So chemistry is key too. And the biggest thing too is what Kathy said with the standards. 4 years ago when we started coaching together, we set a standard and we wanted to be here. And some years, the talent pool is better than others, but we don't drop our standard. We don't lower our standard. Just the kids want to live up to it. So we never give up on them, and they never give up on us. So that's big. I think it's a little bit of both. Obviously, our division's so hard.
You have to be realistic.
Yeah, obviously Neuqua's been a top 10 competitor for the last amount of years, and we respect so many of our competitors. We teach our kids that, our kids admire so many other teams in the division, and I think that helps them. They want to know their competition, but also we just want to do what we know how to do. We don't want to imitate anybody else, because that's not bringing out the best in Neuqua Valley. What might work for another school might not work for us. So we want to do the best thing that works for our kids, and then sell that, because then the kids will feel good about it.
Awesome.
And that's why I think they're so humble, no matter what place they end up getting, is because if they're happy with their performance, we said, we're not hiding anything, we don't have things in the, woodworks coming out. It's just what they have is what they hit, and they have to consistently just be able to hit that. So if they're proud of what they did, then we're proud as coaches, and whether that's a 5th place, 10th place, 2nd place, 1st place finish, is they're happy with that. I mean, we gave it our all, and that's what we have.
That's all that matters.
I think my main one for cheerleading still is, I don't think they get respect from a lot of the other athletes in the school. I still think cheerleading has that stereotype that these girls come to the games, and like we said, we make them do full hair makeup for games just like they would for a competition, because we want it to be consistent all, season long. But I still think people think that they're just going to be there standing looking pretty in their uniform and do a few sidelines. And the amount of athleticism it takes to do all the different components of cheerleading, I don't think people realize that. And I don't think that a big population gets to see that, because they don't come to the cheer competition. So it's just kind of like what you showcase at, basketball games.
How about you, Brandon? Any?
I think the biggest thing is that people think it's all drama, it's staged to be a Bring It On or Dance Moms, and yeah, that comes. I just think that comes with the territory comes with every sport. But our kids, we treat them as athletes. We tell our parents right away, don't, just because the hair and makeup, it doesn't matter. They're athletes. If a football player got yelled at, they would go get him, coach. But when she, Susie comes home from practice and she's a little upset, it's oh my, I just think that people think it's a stereotype of a lot of drama, and we really don't have that here. We don't tolerate it, and our parents and our athletes know. And I think a lot of programs have that atmosphere where it's not all, it's a lot of athleticism. These kids work hard to do what they can do. It's just not all the stereotype they think it is, like the dumb blonde cheerleader ditzy kind.
And I just think the state of Illinois has done such a good job of just having like camaraderie with all the other teams. It's like he said, it's not like your typical like bring it on, like you cheer for other teams, like you want other people to do well
Great
too.
sportsmanship.
Yeah. I think for any like first year coach, you have to take it with a grain of salt. You're walking into like a new atmosphere. You know, they might have had someone prior that they really absolutely loved or someone that they didn't love. Like either way, you're still walking into a new situation. So you're not going to please everybody your first year. You almost have to kind of prove yourself first. So that first year, I think, is hard for a lot of first year coaches. But if you stick it out, eventually like you start building your own program. That first year I always feel like is like a transition year.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Just being the new
Just
coach
take it with
here.
a grain of salt.
Yeah, when everything I tried to implement, they were just not sold on. But like we stuck with it, and it paid off. And like once the parents and the kids like knew that it was working, then they just got in. So you just got to be. You have like as a coach or any role in leadership, you got to be able to take criticism because you got to know that. You're gonna be, when things go wrong, you're gonna be the bad guy, but that's okay. Like that's the role we take as coaches and as leaders. You gotta have tough skin and just be able to stick it out because eventually it will pay off. We're really proud of them so far. Like our past and like this new team has done well, and we're expecting great things from them, and we're hoping that 2017 is the year of the Cats. So.
We are. I mean, we're very proud of our seniors. They've been awesome leaders. To have half of your team almost be seniors and to still like push and get better, I feel like that is.
It says a lot about them as well.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much, Coach T and Brandon. What great insight you guys give. Our interview was supposed to be very short with the two coaches from Neuqua Valley, but their insight was so valuable that we wanted to extend the interview and make it a part 1 and part 2. So we hope that you guys got a lot out of that interview because they really did a great job of explaining their method and how they really stick to their guns about what their expectations are for their program, which is really, really key to success. Next, we're going to go back and check in with Tata, who did our exercises of the week last week. Something that's really unique about Tata is that she is extremely disciplined in her cheerleading practice.
As a cheerleading athlete, fitness is important to me because it helps me stay fit and stable. I am a high school cheerleader and has been for 2 years, but I've been raised and brought into All-Star Cheer. I have a running full and I have a running whip to double. Cheer is a sport, so do it.
Welcome back. Thanks you, Tata. What great insight. And I hope that you guys really realize that the takeaway here is fitness is a humongous part of her cheerleading regimen, right? Like when I was a cheerleader way back, we used to always be in the gym. If we weren't practicing, we were weightlifting, we were doing things to contribute to skill building. So having that tight core, she has a six-pack, you can see every muscle in her body almost as if she's flexing all the time. But that's just the core focus of her practice as a cheerleader. And it helps her to excel at every point. So she is a great jumper, she's a great tumbler, she's an amazing stunter. So those are all great components as a cheerleader. So just make sure you're not focusing on one aspect of the cheerleading practice. Some people like love tumbling and that's all they do. Or some people love jumps and that's all they do. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to master every category of your score sheet as an athlete outside of practice. So thank you again, Tata, for the fitness insight, and we will keep that in mind as we look ahead to the new season to come. Great. Next, for the last part of today's episode, we're going to go ahead and take it back to Mia, who's going to demonstrate our exercises of the day. So hopefully by this point, you guys took last week's exercises and you did them every day religiously, and now they're super easy. And now we're going to go ahead and give you guys the next set, and we please ask that you do them every day, especially if you are in your off season. If you're in high school right now, this is the best time to build your muscles so that when you are back into tryouts, you can demonstrate the best skills to your ability. So we're going to go ahead and take it over to Mia, who's going to show us our exercises for today.
Start off with burpees. Do a full push-up. Jump up. Great. Next, she's going to do V-ups. Make sure you keep your toe up. Great. Next, you're going to do hollow rocks, front. Then you're going to switch over, and you're going to do back. Great. Next, you're going to do swivel push-ups. Left, jump in, and back. Left, right, jump in, and back.
Fantastic, Mia. You look really buff in that. Those exercises are really easy. In Mia's defense, I used to teach her for private lessons, and I make her condition for about 15 minutes out of her 1 hour lesson. So fitness is a very, very big part of our programming here at Cheer Tumbling Dynamics. So our athletes know that this is something that is at the core of everything that we teach. So we hope that you guys are doing these religiously every day, so that next time when we give you the new one, you'll be strengthening your muscles, different muscles each week. So then thereby, by the end of a 4-week period, you can then go back to all these videos and alternate the different exercises, and it'll be easy for you guys to perform. All right, so that wraps it up for episode 2 of Cheer Talk. And again, I'm your host, Nadej, and I thank you so much for viewing. And please follow us on Instagram at CheerTD and Twitter at CheerTD. Facebook, we're Cheer Tumbling Dynamics. We would love to get some questions from you guys, the audience, so that we can start tailoring the episodes to your topics of interest. Next week, we have some great interviews for you guys, also for coaches and for athletes. So please tune in next Friday, and we will have more great information for you to excel your practice as a cheerleader and as a coach. So thanks for watching Cheer Talk, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.